CIET NCERT presents the audio book Bansuri, Textbook of Arts for Class 3.
Page number 107. Chapter 15. Explore. Act 1. Scene 1. Walk of Wonder. Activity 1. Learn to explore possibilities and new ways to think as you discover the space you are in, the objects around you, your own body and mind, your connection with others in the team. Speedy steps. Walk in the room or playground randomly. Do not follow the same path or do not go in circles. Do not stop till instructed. Do not touch others or step on their feet. Listen attentively and follow the instructions as you go. Teacher will give you constant instructions on the speed of walking. Speed 5 is your normal speed of walking. Speed 1 is the lowest. Speed 10 is the fastest. But no running. Start. Walk in the room at 5. Walk at 8. And walk at 3. And so on with a gap of about 20 to 25 seconds. After this is repeated for about 4 to 5 minutes, or when the teacher senses that the children are in the right rhythm, include freeze and then continue with the speeds. You will learn alertness and focus, visualization, concentration, teamwork, facial expression, and body language. On the right-hand top of this page, a picture of a girl walking at various speeds is given. Page number 108. Activity 2. You are in a situation. On the left-hand top of this page, a picture of a boy and a girl thinking and moving around is given. Teacher's note: start with the speed activity as a warm-up. After 4 to 5 rounds of different speeds, introduce simple changes in the situation. Examples are given already. Teacher can add on more. 8 to 10 seconds gap can be given for every new instruction. On the right-hand top of this page, a picture of Vidushak is given saying something important. He says, exploring literally means going from the unknown to the known. It means to search in order to learn new things. So, you are ready to explore the space around you, which is the room you are in, its walls, floor, roof, and the objects around you, and the space within you, which is your mind, thoughts, and ideas. Imagine yourself in a situation. Basic. Walk like you are walking on thorns. Walk as if the floor is slippery due to oil spillage. Walk like you are on a soft cotton, and so on. Advanced. Walk like you are barefoot on ice. Now there is cold wind blowing. You don't have warm clothes except a muffler. The strong wind blows it away. Page number 109. On the left-hand top of this page, a block is given with a circle in it. The title on the circle reads as, it's Circle Time. Circle Time notes. Fill in the blanks. Teacher's note. This is a practice that must be followed for all activities. At the end of the activity, everyone sits in a circle to share their experiences. Discussion and feedback. Which part of the activity did you enjoy the most? Why? What was more difficult or not so interesting part? Why? What were the new things you noticed during the observation? What was one new thing that you learnt about yourself? If given a chance, what situation would you create? Can you associate any situation with a real-life incident that you have experienced? On the right-hand bottom of this page, a picture of Vidushak is given. He is saying something important. That must have been a lot of fun. You can play this whenever you have some free time. How? One of you can give instructions and the rest will follow. This is important because, or apart from all the fun you are having, it is also making you alert. Since you have to respond to instructions immediately, you must focus. Staying alert and focused is very important in theatre when a show is going on. Even a few seconds of delay can spoil the entire show. Page number 110. Activity 3. Sit, turn, jump. Start with the speed activity as a warm-up. Be careful. Do not touch others or land on your friend's feet after jumping. Follow the instructions from your teacher. Start walking. Sit when you are asked to sit. Then continue to walk. Turn around when the teacher calls out, turn, and then continue to walk. Just hop in your place and continue to walk. When the teacher calls, jump. This will change the speed and order of instructions. So, be alert. Basic. Interchange the actions. Now, sit means turn. Turn means jump. And jump means sit. Change pace and order. In the middle of this page, a picture of 3 children with different instructions is given. A boy is sitting with the instruction sit. A girl has turned her back with the instruction turn. A boy with his hands up in the air is shown with the instruction jump. Advanced. Substitute sit, turn and jump with other words. For example, idli is to sit, vada is to stand, and sambar is to jump. The teacher can build a story and hide these words in it. For example, yesterday my friend had brought vada in her lunchbox. She shared a piece with me, but there was no sambar. Now, let's play another game that requires you to be more alert and focused than the previous one. Are you ready? Page number 111. Discussion and feedback. Which part of the activity did you enjoy the most? Why? Did interchanging the meanings of the commands make it more challenging? What would you use to replace idli, vada and sambar? Circle time notes. Fill in the blank. It's circle time. On the right-hand top of this page, a picture showing children in a circle is given. On the right-hand bottom of this page, Vidushak is shown saying something important. He says, "You have played well. You are ready for the next level, but I am sure you have realized that you need more practice. Whenever you find some free time, play these games. Not only will you have fun, but also improve your skills." Want to know what we are doing next? Page number 112. Scene 2. Communicate without talking. On the top of this page, there are 2 pictures of Vidushak given. Both are talking to each other. Communication is one of the most important parts of our life. What is communication? It is the sharing of ideas, thoughts, or feelings between 2 or more people. Can you imagine a day without talking with your family members and friends? But wait, is communication only about talking? Can we stop talking but still communicate? Are we not communicating a lot of things even when we don't say it in speech? Do you know some of us talk in sign language with hand gestures? Let's see if it is possible. It could be more enjoyable than talking itself. Activity 4. Freeze and justify. Walk randomly till you hear a clap from the teacher. When your teacher claps, you freeze to become a statue. The teacher will select one of you. The others will guess the meaning of the action of that child. Again, everyone walks randomly till you hear a clap and it continues. Make your guesses as creative, funny, and interesting as possible, as there are no correct or wrong answers. On the left hand bottom of this page, a picture of a boy is given. He is doing two activities: digging the ground, pulling the rope. On the right hand bottom of this page, a picture of a girl is given. She is doing two activities: drinking water, calling out someone. Page number 113. It's circle time. Discussion and feedback. Which part of the activity did you enjoy the most? Were all the actions easy to recognize? Why? What are the new actions you learned today? What new element would you add to this activity? Circle time notes. Fill in the blank. Basic. Some gestures. Assume different gestures and freeze when the teacher claps. For example, hand on chin, thinking, asking, what? Using only hands. Advanced. Some postures. Assume different postures depicting an action and freeze when the teacher claps. For example, farming, painting, sawing wood, etc. On the right hand top of this page, a picture of a girl with her hands up in the air is given. She is doing two activities: carrying a basket, winning. On the right hand bottom of this page, a picture of Vidushak is given. He is sharing something important. He says, "Wonderful, that was fun." Whenever you see people in different postures, at home, on the street, or anywhere you go, try to give it an interesting meaning. In your mind, of course. Trust me, it will be a lot of fun. This ability to give new meanings builds your creativity. Creativity is the ability to produce something new, original, and sometimes unusual. They are ideas that help in communication, solving problems, or to just have fun. This ability to think creatively will help you as you grow older also. In theater, you can use this to create different scenes and visuals. Speaking of creating new visuals and scenes, the next activity is just that. Page number 114. Activity 5. Group structures. Instructions. You are given a key word. You can discuss and plan in your group for 3 minutes. All in the group take different positions to depict the scene. Do not take difficult positions that might hurt you. Remember, everyone's position is equally important to depict the whole theme. No talking is allowed while acting or depicting. On the left hand top of this page, a picture is given. There are 3 performing artists in the picture with their hands up in the air. They are praying for a safe shelter. Basic. Watching TV, cricket, bus, etc. can be given. The students need to assume the positions to show as many details as possible. Advanced. Market, farming, marriage, etc. Increase in complexity. Pay attention to details. Teachers note: divide children into groups of 5 to 6 depending on the strength of the class. On the right-hand side of this page, a box is given with the heading Guess what these structures mean. There are two pictures given in this box with empty spaces to write details for you. Please write your observations here. Page number 115. It's circle time, discussion and feedback. Which part of the activity did you enjoy the most? Why? Which structure was the most difficult one to create? Which structure you would like to create? What is the one new thing you learnt about yourself? Circle time notes. Fill in the blank. On the top of this page, a picture of 5 children is given. One is standing on the top of a table. 4 are standing on the floor with their hands up in the air. On the right-hand bottom of this page, a picture of Vidushak is given, sharing something very important. He says, "Did you see how creativity can help you in making or innovating new things? It requires a lot of creativity to present an idea without speech. You have done it well. Since you have used only your body to communicate, this is called body language. You are using your hands, legs, head, and torso as words in a language. That is creativity." Discuss with your friends about creativity in each group. Observe how thinking differently from everyone else is so wonderful. Share such instances from your home or other situations you have experienced. Page number 116. Activity 6. Magic Pet. Object. On the left-hand top of this page, a picture of a girl is given. On the right-hand top of this page, another picture of another girl is given. Instructions. Let us sit in a circle. We will now take a head count. The teacher calls a random number. When your number is called out, you go to the center of the circle, where the invisible magic pit is present. You pick one object from there and enact it as though you are using the object taken from the invisible pit. The other children will guess your object. Tip: not just your action or body language, but your expression also helps people understand better. Basic: pen, book, coffee mug, etc. Actions to suggest using the object. For example, pen, writing; book, turn the page and read; coffee mug, drink from it and react like it is hot. Advanced: hammer and nail, vegetable and knife, toothbrush and paste. Students show how the two objects are used together. On the left-hand bottom of this page, a box is given with the instruction: is she holding a ball or carrying a heavy rock? In action, both are possible, but in expression, it may vary. What do you think? Fill in the blank. On the right-hand side, a box is given with an instruction. She is trying to show a battlefield with a bow and arrow in her hand. What do you think can be changed in the picture? Write your observation in the blank space given. Page number 117. It's circle time, discussion and feedback. How many object actions were you able to guess? Which object action was the most difficult to create? What are the objects you would like to get from the invisible pit? Share one thing you learned from this activity. Circle time notes. Fill in the blanks. On the right-hand bottom, the picture of Vidushak is given, saying something important. So, apart from your actions, that is your body language, what is equally important? Your expression. What is on your face becomes very important while acting. When you put together body language and expression, what are you doing? You are communicating. This is very important for creativity. If you cannot communicate your idea to others, even the best idea could go waste. Theatre is about creating stories and telling them to an audience, right? So, if you are good with creative ideas, you will also be able to learn how to communicate. So, being involved in theatre regularly will not only help you grow creatively, but also improve your communication skills. If you can express better, you are better understood. We will now take this creativity and communication to the next level. On the right hand top of this page, a picture of a boy with his hands up and expressive face is given. Chapter 15 ends here.
You were just listening to the audiobook Bansuri. Narration Babla Kochar. Sound recordist Virendra Rawat. Assistance in production Amarjit Sarkar. Directed and produced by Vimalesh Chaudhary. This audiobook is brought to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.